This short video recording, I'll try to explain how to get started with REST APIs on Firepower Management Center. When you log in into Firepower Management Center, go to your configuration menu and make sure that your REST API preferences has REST API enabled. Once you do that, you should be able to start using the REST API. When it comes to accessing REST APIs, you can have any administrator or user access these APIs. Here, for simplicity, we have created one which is called API user, and we will use that moving forward. The next thing you would want to look at is the Firepower REST API guide, which is available on cisco.com. And when you click on it, you would find most of the detailed information about what you can do with the APIs. Now, in order to connect any REST client to the APIs on Firepower Management Center, you need to first obtain the authentication, and that we do that using token-based authentication mechanism. This particular flow diagram explains how the flow works, but in short, what you need to do is you need to use this generate token method to obtain the token from the REST API client first, and then use that token in the ongoing operations. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Before we go anywhere, you would first want to know what API functions or operation calls are available in Firepower Management Center. So for that, we have built what we call as an API Explorer. In the API Explorer, you can see what various operations or methods are available. Accessing this API Explorer is fairly simple. What you do is you type the URL of your FMC /API/API Explorer, and then you will get this page. You may be asked for username and password, which I already entered, but if when you are asked, you can input that. Once you do that, you can see what particular operations are available. And when you look at these methods, you would see that the UUIDs for FMC are already incorporated in these URLs. So all what you have to do is go select which particular method you want to invoke, click on it, and look at what the parameters it needs. And we have also provided the source code in Perl and Python languages. What you can do is you can copy these code into either the scripts you write or the third party solutions you use to interoperate with FMC. And as you can see here, most of the access control policy or access control objects are available in the first page. As you see, the version is 6.1.0, and I'll show you how to use an operation to get the version of that particular FMC. I'm going to use a REST client which I have already installed on my Firefox, but if you don't have one, you would need one. And first thing you would need to do is generate the token. To do that, you will copy the URL as well as this API FMC platform auth generate token into the REST client URL. Then select the method as post, and at the same time provide the authentication parameters we have already inserted here. Once you do that and you send the request, you would get a response with the authentication token. Once we obtain the authentication token, we can start using it on the REST API operations we want to send to that FMC. And as you can see here, we have a lot of methods which are available. In this particular video, I will show you how to get the server version of FMC using the REST API client. So what we'll do is we'll go to the client again, copy the URI, and choose the method as get instead of post. And at the same time, make sure that the authentication token is same as what you have got previously. I have copy pasted that already. Once we do that, what you would do is you would send this request to that FMC. And as you see here, you would get a response like 200 OK. And the version of the FMC would be in the response body, which is shown as 6.1.0 here. So this is fairly straightforward. You can use the REST client to send this request to FMC, or you can use the API Explorer and go to specific operations which are available there. Click on the operation and then export that code into Perl or Python script. We have made sure that it also includes which particular libraries you would need on the platforms you have. Here you can see for Mac or Linux which particular libraries you would need. And then you can copy this entire code in that script or in the third-party clients which you are going to use to access these FMC APIs. So as you can see, this is fairly straightforward, and I hope this helped you understand how to get started on programming firepower using FMC APIs. Thank you.